Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome back to Downtime and another episode of our new series, which I have decided to call Let's Make Contact. Space Engineer Survival Playthrough. And I did a little bit of looking around last night after our last recording and captured this formerly FUAth, I'm going to call it, I guess. Anyway, I was not recording. The FUAth is a ship that I have never captured before, and it's actually probably one of the more difficult ships to capture. So let me give you a quick tour of it, and in doing so I will explain I'll explain what I had to do, but I'm not going to go into great detail because now that I've captured one of these, I will make sure to record that process the next time we come across one, so that you guys can see how it's done, and then you can adapt your capture technique to capturing the FUAth. This is a particularly dangerous ship. There is one other assertive ship that I would probably give a little bit more deadliness rating to, and that is a Fight Right. One again I've never captured. But you can see by the guns on board, this is a very, very difficult ship to get near with grid. As far as getting close to it personnel-wise, I got pretty lucky. I ended up shooting past it as I came by, avoiding the gunfire from the Gatling and the interior turret, and I ended up over here and found I was able to sneak into this little corner. So from here, you're going to want to take out this block, and then probably about 3 blocks further that way. You've already kind of seen it on the interior of the ship, but I will explain the key to getting this ship captured as intact as possible. So this block and the block behind it are the ones that you'll be grinding from the antenna location. Comes back this way. You've got a reactor here. Then you have I believe it's a regular block, regular light arm. Nope, sorry. From right here, you've got the remote control. Here you have a gravity gen, and then you've got this survival kit. Of course, this is an assertive ship, which means the remote controls, in my experience, have always self-destructed. I want to say when this mod first came out, ACS, that Splitsy said that they sometimes self-destruct. In my experience, they've always self-destructed. I don't recall another time when they haven't. So as you grind these blocks out and you make your way forward, you'll get to here, and you'll have this neon tube assembly on this side, which will prevent you from getting inside this area. So you'll have to grind that out, but then you'll have access to get the control seat, the survival kit. Again, you don't want to touch the remote control right now. From here, you've got an interior turret, and then in this space there is a bed. So if you're using the hostile NPC takeover, the first group 1, of course, will be the control seat, remote control. Group 2 will be the survival kit and the bed. And then group 3, of course, will be the interior turret here. And then you've got a gallon turret on the outside, an interior turret on the outside, and then you've got 3 assault cannon turrets. I was able to get the remote control removed only after a lot of work. Again, these blocks had been ground out. Once I got over here, you have a small cargo container right there. You have a small cargo container up here and right here. So I took the reactor, I ground it down, I put the contents inside the small container. I took this small container, ground it down, this one also, the GravGen, and the survival kit. I took all of those and I put their components in this small container that's right here. That opened up space around the remote control. I then ground out this block, the block underneath the remote control, and right here where the reactor is, I placed a blast door block. I placed a blast door block in front of the remote, on top of the remote, below the remote, and I put one behind it. So I did it on 4 faces. I did put one on this side too. I put it on this side. So on 5 faces, we had a blast door block. And then from here, I shot the remote until it exploded. The blast doors absorbed the damage and prevented it from destroying any other stuff around it. Then I was able to grind those down, fill those blocks, replace the reactor, which didn't have any uranium in it anyway, but replace the small containers above. I have not replaced the GravGen yet, but that will probably be put back in place. And I may even replace the remote control with a regular one here. So after that, of course, I was able to go out. I had already taken out the bed, the survival kit, so that didn't matter. I had already taken out the interior turret. I had already, the only thing left were the exterior weapons. You have a seat here that you can charge in. You also, instead of having to grind this door down, which takes forever, if you take out this block here, that will allow you to get in here, take out the bed, and without having to grind through that door. You'll also have a toilet in here that you can sit on and regain your power. It did call in drones. Before I approached the Fuath, it called in one. I intercepted it first. It took a lot of time to prepare the area for removing that remote control. And in that time, the first drone, which I had defanged, I'd taken the weapons off of it. I left it after that. It had called in a second drone, but I was already inside the ship. I wasn't going to get out. I was concerned that it was going to open fire on the ship, but they never did. And they actually had to return to base because they were low on fuel before I finished capturing the ship, which means they weren't around when I finally took control of the ship, and they didn't attack. So the only damage that I had to deal with was the minor damage that the remote control explosion had caused. So anyway, like I said, I will tape this capture process the next time. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the strategy should be. Okay. An extremely capable ship. We've got a large assert ion thruster, which is huge haul. We've got, let's see, it's none there. We got 2. Let me see if it's 2 or if it's more than that. There's 4 assert ion thrusters on the front, and then we've got regular NPC ion thrusters for the rest. Now, NPC ion thrusters are not something to discount. They are valuable. Are they as valuable as assert thrusters? Sometimes you could make that argument, and let me explain why. So, your assert ion thrusters here, if you notice, they have a greater thrust, optimal max thrust, versus the NPC ion thrusters. So we have 345.6 kilonewtons, 4.97 meganewtons. That's huge, guys. That is huge. That's a big difference. Let's check out their efficiency. So the assert thrusters at max use a 30.24 megawatt usage. Do you see the difference? 3.36 megawatts versus 30.4 megawatts. Now that's the large ion thruster. I should be using the smaller ones here. Okay. Assert, that's 397.44 for your max thrust. 345.6. Again, better power usage. The NPC ion thrusters use more power than the assert does. But here's the difference. Look at the assert thruster down here in the limits. In atmosphere, you only get 20% of the thrust. Of course, you get 100% of the thrust in vacuum of space. Perfect. Here's the NPC ion thrusters. No atmosphere or vacuum limits, which means NPC ion thrusters do not suffer any degradation in atmosphere. They still offer 100% limit in space versus the assert ion thrusters. So NPC ion thrusters can be used in atmosphere. So they are better than your standard ion thrusters that you see. So ideally, if you capture one of these, you want to replace any vanilla ion thrusters with NPC ion thrusters, for the simple fact that they are effective in atmosphere, where the vanilla ones are not. Okay, so real quick, what my plan is here with these captures. We have not come across a Trade Operators Coalition base yet, and we are going to continue to work on doing that. So my plan is, now that we've got these two platforms, I'm going to take our respawn pod. We are going to relocate all of the inventory inside. We're going to take all the important components out. So that means the storage containers, even the survival kit, the basic assembler, which we added, as well as the basic refinery. And we're going to relocate those to, not the Fuath, but here, to our bioweapon transport ship that we captured. We got a lot of stuff we got to fix here, but no big deal. Okay, we should have all the materials we need to in order to do that by recycling this IBIS. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and then we're going to make some changes to this platform here, as this will probably be our main. I'm going to call it a mothership, but don't really think of it like a mothership. We're going to make some changes to this, and then we're going to find a way to attach and perhaps carry the FUAth with us so that it can be used for more hostile engagements, maybe as a secondary, kind of piggyback, have a secondary platform if we need, or if it comes down to it, may incorporate, maybe joining them and making them one ship. But that's what my plan is. I just wanted to let you know. So we're going to continue to work on this, and in the event that anything else flies by, I will, of course, because I'm an opportunist, I will, of course, make my way there to do so. We'll do a quick inventory search since the refinery's been going. Basic assembler has stuff in it. We've been making components. We still need to find cobalt, and we need to find ice. We'll get to work on that. I'm gonna start tearing down the IBIS and relocating that stuff to the bioweapon transport, and I'll be back. I'm going to do that off camera. If anything comes in that I want to engage with, I will of course record and let you guys know. But I just wanted to let you know what had happened off camera yesterday, and get you caught up on what the plan is. So thanks again for checking us out, and I will be back shortly. Hey everybody, welcome back. I just finished grinding down the last of the IBIS. I have finished all of the major repairs for the, I still haven't decided what I'm calling this yet. So the large grid bioweapon transport. For right now, that's what it's called, but we're going to change that. So I got all of the bottom blocks replaced. We had 3 batteries on the IBIS. I took 2 of those and put them in here. These spots were available. They were just armor blocks underneath windows, so replaced that. I have conveyored from the connector here with the new inset connector all the way through, up through the ship. I'll show you that in a minute. We replaced the gun. I've got a gyro here. I do have enough materials to make another gyro, so we will probably be doing that. I just have to figure out where to add it. But let's see, nothing changed up here, so maybe we'll find a place to put the gyro up here. I'm gonna need to do something with this. I do not like this back. I do not like this entry into the ship. I would really rather have a rear connector there. Come on, there we go. Doors are automatically shutting because I added a timer block. Took this living quarter side and we changed this into our processing room, our refining room. It is also fully pressurized. 3 cargoes. We had 3 cargoes on the IBIS. I took 2 of them, brought them up here, built another one, and then I added a cargo container to the south. So we have a restroom in here. This will get filled out with more, I believe, but for right now, this is what is replacing our processing capability that we lost on the IBIS. As far as the living quarters, I have not changed anything in here with the exception of adding a air vent. The air vents that were in here weren't actually piped up to anything, which drives me nuts. That makes no sense. This block here was one I drilled out. What is, I can't see, is that, I think this is the one I want. Yep. Go ahead and change that color. Okay, so the flooring, I tried to keep the wood through the most part. This I had to change. We've got an oxygen tank under there now, so now we can store some of the oxygen that we make. Lighted corridors, I'll change the lights here. Again, here's the piping that's going through. This also goes out to this side. Got a block to add here. No big deal. Again, this is the routing that leads to the other spaces. Oh, there's a timer block doing its thing. I don't have to do it anymore, so we'll close this off. I might leave that open. I don't know. We'll see. As far as the bridge, nothing on the bridge except recoloring the block that we went through to shoot at the... I just realized I don't think this is piped up. So I might have to fix that. We should have the ability to pipe that up now with the way I did the conveying. Dadgummit. Shut. There you go. So, alright, I'll go show you this room now. Okay, so we had 3 bunks in here. They're actually like prisoner cages according to the background of the thing. Here's our gravity gen. Put it in here. It's kind of like, okay, it's protected. There we go. Program block. Probably going to throw Izzy's in here. Corridors to separate this. And the timing block. Timing block is set up. All the doors on the ship are grouped together. And every 2 seconds, this will close the doors. So if you go through, you got 2 seconds. And it'll close. So haven't had a chance to go through and empty these lockers yet. But we've got storage now. We have air tightness. I will find something to put on that display. We've, like I said, storage. We can store oxygen, and we're good to go there. The Fouth. I'm not going to go ahead and show you what I did in the Fouth because all I did was remove one of the blocks off to the side of the small cargo container that was attached to the reactor. I added the small cargo container that we took off the IBIS, and then I threw a block in front of it and the other side, so it's symmetrical. I also added the 3rd battery from the IBIS over to the Fouth. That's all I did there. So we are pretty much set. I just need to I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. I can probably fix that right now. I'll get it in a minute. Okay. Dadgummit. Until I remember that I've set that timer, that's going to be an issue. Also, real quick, we'll do a quick front look. I did replace the missing ion thruster. It's a regular ion thruster. It is not an NPC ion thruster, but meh. Why do I have something free floating? It looks like that is a free floater. Yeah, what happened there? Oh my goodness. That shouldn't be there. Alright, so maybe I didn't have everything done like I thought. Yeah, why did that float away? That was dumb. That should not have floated away. Alright, so I will fix that. I do want that over this. Guess I'm going to need to add a corridor X section, a cross section. Alright, so I'll take care of that. Otherwise, that's it. We are pretty much good to go. I was going to give this thing a quick drive, just to make sure. Oh, I gotta reset the toolbars anyway, so that'll have to wait. Guys, let me know what you think. Still haven't figured out how I'm gonna hook these two together, because to be honest, the Fouth is almost bigger than this. I don't know if that's the way I want to do this. So we'll have to see. I also need to add, I know I need to do it for the Fouth. I may need to do it for this too. A defense AI block to give us the max range targeting. Anyway, that's what I've done. So we got these two guys. Like I said, we'll figure out how we're going to use them. And then, as I usually say, we'll go from there. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Remember, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, share it. What do we got? Oh, Monarch Transport, okay. And leave a comment, let me know what you think. I'll try to get these out. No schedule for this series. But let's have fun with this, and let's enjoy this contact update. Just a quick note, the unidentified signals that you see there, those are global encounters. The most you can have active at one time is 2. They do have a time limit on them as far as from the time they spawn, they will despawn. That is different, separate from once you've kind of triggered the global encounter, the time limit you have to get to take control, or to take control of the claim the blocks. It's different. So I've got these on here so that I can see them when they come up. I'm not going that far away right now. It's too early game for me. So, but I have noticed that they despawn, and then they another one will respawn, and so far the distance seems to be getting closer, which would be nice. Anyway, sorry for the side note. You guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always be safe. Remember, close that visor, don't forget your dampeners, and I will see you on the other side. But until then, I should go.